Sean the techie and others are sitting in a minibus when along comes a hijacker. Sean and his fellow passengers must figure out how to get out of that mess alive. This is a typical scenario in the video game Pamoja Mtani, Swahili for Together in the Hood. Young people who play the game assume the identity of one of 5 characters. They find themselves in many situations in which they have to make the best problem-solving choices to advance to the next level. The characters collaborate to solve puzzles and carry out specific missions. While doing this, players are given information on HIV prevention. University student Evelyn Mwandia is one of the game's facilitators and an avid player. She describes the advice the game's characters dispense regarding HIV.
They teach me about HIV prevention activities. I'm taught how to protect, have one partner, use condom. Yeah, and at the end of it, I'm enjoying my life. I'm at the youth festival. I'm enjoying because I've gone all through the stages and I'm a winner.
A games company called Virtual Heroes Incorporated developed Pamoja Mtani, which targets 15 to 19-year-olds. Brad Wilson of Virtual Heroes explains that, during the course of the game, each of the 5 characters initially practices some type of behavior that puts them at risk of contracting HIV or other diseases.
Throughout the course of the game, these characters, through interactions with themselves and other characters, they learn that these behaviors they're doing are actually risky and there are ramifications for those. And so they realistically, not a Disney-type movie change, but a realistic change from the beginning to the end. And what we're hoping is a lot of that is going to sink in to the youth.
The video game simulates real-life settings in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, from downtown to the city's teeming slums. Virtual Heroes' Wilson explains how that was done.
What we did is our first trip here was in middle of March, and we took roughly about 5,000 pictures of everything, right? So what we did is when we came back to the States, the art staff pretty much deconstructed all of that. And they're like, okay, here's this, how can we make this? How can we fit this in the level size that we want? What's going to be realistic? And we also had lots of videos of the different movements and animations that the character, that real people were doing. And so, we had to translate that into a digital world.
Wilson says his team consulted widely with Kenyan youth during several visits to the East African country. They did this to find out what is important to young people in Kenya, what they wanted out of a game, ideas they had for the video, and other information. Pamoja Mtani is a partnership between Warner Brothers Entertainment and the U.S. President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, or PEPFAR. Warner Brothers had contracted Virtual Heroes to create Pamoja Mtani. They launched the video game last December at 2 sites in Nairobi's Mukuru slum, with a further 2 sites offering the game. After evaluation of the pilot phase in June, PEPFAR officials plan to offer the video game in more sites in Nairobi and other parts of the country. Cathy Majtenyi for VOA News, Nairobi.